Welcome to my backyard. I'm doing, it's a beautiful day here in North Carolina. I'm doing a little bit of yard work, and I thought, hey, why not record a quick little video and introduce you to my chicken. We got 6 of them. And yeah, we live in a residential neighborhood. And hey, underneath our deck, we made a chicken coop, and we get about 6 of these a day from our 6 chickens, 1 a day. We also have a pretty amazing garden, which I'll talk about in just a second. I built a koi pond, and you know what that is? That is an Ethernet cord coming out here where I get about 900 gigabytes per second. So rock and roll. But that's not what I'm going to be talking about with you today, folks. I got 2, how many? I got 2 things that I want to share with you that I'm confident will impact your speaking business in ways that are going to make you have a game-changing year. 1, I just enrolled in myself. It's a calendar database. I'm going to call it the Paid to Speak database that shows you 200 events per month that pay speakers. I'm going to give you access to that. 2,500 events per year. These are events that book and pay speakers. I've never seen anything like this. I just invested in it. I invested a significant amount in it myself. And here's how I look at this. Any investment I make in my speaking business, I make it because if I believe, and there are many things I don't invest in, but the ones I do, I say to myself, would one speaking, or the question I ask is, would one speaking engagement pay for this? And if the answer is, well, yeah, one speaking engagement would more than pay for it, and then I've got it for a lifetime, or I've got it for a full year, whether it is a subscription, then the answer is no-brainer, yes, why not? So 2 things I'm going to share with you today are going to help you build your speaking business. So if you're not serious about speaking, then stop watching, respectfully. If you're kind of been dabbling and you're like, I'm a speaker, I'm this, I'm also this, I'm a coach, consultant, I do 20 other things. Like, unless you're wanting to build a successful speaking business, or unless you're serious about growing your speaking, because I know some of you, look, you're already out there, but you want to increase your gigs, right? You want to get consistent gigs. And any of you that think, oh, now's COVID, or now's not a good time, I don't know who you're listening to, but they're not right. What I'm sharing with you is now is a great time to work on your business so that you can be busy in your speaking business. Look, I've already got a contract for September, hybrid event, hybrid. They're flying me up to do the live event with a small audience, $15,000. Now, I don't mind sharing that price with you because I want you to know how real this is. It's a national conference, right? I've got 2 other conferences that are national conferences in September. Folks are still meeting. Yes, we'll talk more, and I'll explain more about virtual and hybrid delivery. But if you think this year is just a wash, no. What you don't want to do is be behind the 8 ball. I'm trying to help you get above and in front of the 8 ball. I've been busting my tail the past 2 months trying to figure out, what are speakers doing differently? What are meeting planners looking for? What are executives doing? How are they all adapting and pivoting and shifting? Well, folks, it has been a journey. It has been an interesting year, but it's finally pushed me to a point where I can say, you know what? This year will be a game changer. A lot of speakers aren't going to make it, and you know what they're going to do? They're going to blame the virus. They're going to create excuses. I think this year, if you're serious about speaking, if you're serious about building your business, if you're serious about growing your business anywhere in between and anywhere all around, if you're serious about it, you'll do things that require you to take it seriously. Some of those might be an investment, right? And by an investment, I mean you're working and investing in your business to produce income. So let me share with you 2 things. Number 1 is the Ultimate Speaker Package. I just announced this. It hit me about 2 months ago, because when I was working with people, when I was coaching them, what I discovered was I wasn't helping them create the things that they actually needed after the coaching program was done. Meaning, if they didn't have a demo video, if they didn't have a website, they were never going to get booked. Because you know what the number 1 thing that people are going to ask you for? Well, yeah, can we see a sample of you speaking? Can you send us a link to your website? You have a marketing packet. I use my books as business cards. I mail anybody that even reaches out to me. They get a book in the mail, if not a couple, autographed with a card before we even get on the phone. How do you think I get people on the phone? I mail them my business card, my book, right? I follow up with them. But the point is, look, you can't do everything all at once. I'm here to help. So I created the Ultimate Speaker Package to help speakers who are serious about speaking get the things done that needed to be done. And what I do is I work with you to create it so that it's not just professional, right? It looks professional, it sounds professional, but it's also, here's where it's most important. It's what a meeting planner needs to see. And if you're out there, you're like, well, I do a little bit of demo on my own. I can do this. Or I've got another person over here that says that they do websites. You know what I find 90% of the time? Your friend or your contact that is in a networking group, respectfully, unless they've done websites or demo videos or marketing packets for professional speakers who are successful and full-time speakers, those aren't people you should be working with. What I'm doing is, in the Ultimate Speaker Package, I'm giving you people that I work with that do my own content. So if you like my demo video, or any of my demo videos, then you'll want to work with the company that I work with, right? If you like my speaker packet, which is amazing. I just met my new designer this year. Thank you, Kendra. And thank you, Justin, for referring me to her. But I'd gone through several designers. I was never happy with my speaker one pages, my speaker marketing packets. I was never happy with them. And so I met this person. Well, now I'm giving you access to her. Same thing with back to my demo video company. I'd gone through a couple demo video companies, people that told me, oh, we make demos and we do this and we do that. They weren't that good. And they weren't the way that a meeting planner needs to see them. And also with websites, same thing. So I believe I'm a do-it-yourselfer. Look, that fish pond, I did it myself. But you know what? It was 1.5 years. Could I have paid somebody else to do it? Yeah. But here's why. It was a passion project. Look, it was something that I wanted to personally do. I don't try to do my own demo video. I don't try to do my own website. I don't try to do it myself with things that impact my business. It's not a smart move, and you're going to spend a ton extra time, and the end product is not even going to look as good. And for a meeting planner that has plenty of options right now with other speakers, what's going to happen is within 5 seconds, they're not even going to consider you. So what we want to do is position you the right way. I'll work with you to create all these elements in your speaker marketing package that allow you not only to be noticed, but to be hired. So that's the first thing. I've gotten lots of questions about the Ultimate Speaker Package. Total packages range from about $7,500 to about $15,000. So folks, for $7,500 to get your speaker website, to get your demo video, to get your packet, including all the coaching with me, mastermind group, and a book, $7,500 is what I know some of my colleagues pay for a demo video, for a half of a website. What I've done is I will work with you. It'll be embedded in your coaching with me so that you have all this information and it's ready to go. And hence, that's why you get the best rates, is because I'm going to work with you on it. And when we give it to my web designer, or when we give it to my demo video company, they have everything they need. So then they don't need to charge you as much because we're giving it to them. All that hassle back and forth, all that admin time that they build in, guess what? It's built into the coaching. So for those of you that respectfully are serious about speaking, if you don't have consistent gigs already coming in and inquiries coming in, then I'll be honest, it's at least worth a coaching call with me to figure out where are those blind spots, because already things have turned around, folks. I told you that they would. I told you they would. Go back to some of my blogs that I wrote back in early March, right? If you're serious about working in your business, you have to be working on it right now. So you have to have the website, the demo video, the marketing packet. Frankly, you need to know how to set up your speaking business. So reach out to me if you're interested in that. I only Summer, I think by the time you get this, the summer might already be full. I'm already taking and scheduling folks for throughout the fall because I can only work with so many in between my own speaking. You can't tell I get passionate about this stuff. All right. The second thing that I want to share with you now is the paid to speak calendar. Okay. I'll screen share this with you in just a moment, but imagine this, that I give to you 10 events per day that have booked speakers in the past. You don't have to go searching for it. I give it right to you. I give it right to you. It's the paid to speak calendar. And the reason that you have this is because I invested in it with a company, invested a pretty dime in it to get this access where I've already paid them to find these events for me that have booked speakers, and they've already announced the speakers, or I'm sorry, they've announced the events for the future. So you will get access to that. One gig would more than pay for your entire subscription to it. And I'll be honest with you, I've gone back and forth with how much, because I want to be sensitive to some people's budgets and price points, but I'm not going to just give this away. This is something that is a game changer for my speaking business. It's something that will elevate anyone that has a desire to get into speaking. 200 events per month, 2,500 events per year that have all paid to bring in speakers at statewide events and national conference events. These are folks that pay thousands of dollars per speaker. So you'll get that information. I'll share with you in just a second what that looks like. And if you're interested in it, then you simply need to schedule a real quick touch point call with me, because I'm not just going to give it out. And you're going to need to know, okay, I have this information. I know exactly who to reach at this event. I mean, this is great, but what do I say, Kevin? What do I include? How do I outreach? Well, that might be where you at least need to get my book, Paid to Speak, and read through Module 3, where I walk you through that process. And then Module 4, where I walk you through that process, how I talk to them on the phone. How do I close it? You know, and all the things that go in between from cradle to grave. So let me do this. Let me share with you a real quick screen here. All right. So this is going to be the Paid to Speak calendar. Now I'm just showing you these 11 events. All right. And this shows you what Wednesday and Thursday look like. Now check this out. I'm just going to click on each event. This will literally be what your calendar looks like. Okay, and you can import this calendar into your currently existing calendar. But let's say I just want to click on this one. Look at this. The National Business Aviation Association, okay, is hosting a conference in 2021, the Leadership Conference. It gives me their event website. It gives me their event contact, and it tells me much more about them. So all you would need to do is, number one, look into this event. And let's say, for example, you're like, well, Kevin, the National Business Aviation Association is not my target audience. Module 3. Well, guess what? Why not still reach out to them? How do you know? How do you know they're not looking for a speaker on maybe a different topic not related to aviation to kick off their event? Or at some point, maybe for a session in their event, something on leadership, or on mindset, or on personal empowerment, right? Look, most of the gigs that I have are for organizations I have no industry technique or technical expertise in, like the Erosion Control Association, who booked me this year and booked me for a different event next year because they said we wanted somebody who wasn't an expert in erosion control to be a keynote speaker for our conference, because we have 30 other sessions about the same thing. So don't ever assume. In fact, the one thing that that'll probably get in your way more than anything is by making assumptions that aren't grounded in expertise, respectfully. You and I could talk about this, but I'm not suggesting that you or that any speaker can speak to the National Business Aviation Association, but don't assume that you can't. So, in fact, that may be a group you've never even heard of, but now you have heard of them. That alone could be your next big paid speaking gig for $5 grand, 10 grand, 15 grand, who knows? Maybe 500 just sounds good. 500 would pay for this, okay? So let me share with you one more of these. All right, well, actually, I'm gonna share with you, I'll give you a bonus gravy here. I'm gonna share with you a couple. Here we got National Business Education Association is hosting a annual convention in 2021. Here's the event link. Here's the event contact. Boom, done. Check this out. Folks, the Michigan Bankers Association is hosting a conference, a statewide conference, obviously because it's Michigan, and it's in March 2021. This actually tells you who the speakers were last year. This gives you the contact info and the event website. Now, what I like about this example, folks, just for a second, is if there's a Michigan Bankers Association, well, guess what there probably is in your state if you're outside Michigan? Insert your state banking association. So I live in North Carolina. There's a North Carolina Banking Association. There's a South Carolina. There's a Georgia. There's a Florida. There's a Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Alabama, probably a Puerto Rico, right? Alaska. I've flown to Alaska for several different state associations within other groups I've spoken to on the East Coast. So this fits my model in Module 3. If you're following Module 3, this alone would be perfect. It would introduce you to an association that has 49 other opportunities. This alone should educate you and really just show you print proof that this model, my paid to speak model, not only does it work, and really, I mean, it's more of a roadmap and a blueprint for you, but I'm just really excited about this because you can see now that these events are real. I mean, same thing, Arizona Healthcare Association. Well, guess what? Maybe healthcare associations aren't in your target audience. Well, how do you know that? Why not consider them? Depending on what your content and your topic is, I could easily help you position yourself to be universal so that you could be applicable pretty much for any association out there or any industry out there. So look at this. This gives you their event website. This gives you the contact person, the director of education and program development. It gives you the previous year's agenda and the previous year's speaker profile. I mean, you're welcome. So I could go more and more and more for you. I can also guarantee you that whoever your target audiences are, they're going to be in this calendar. And if they're not, I'll find some for you personally. So if 200 paid events per month doesn't sound appealing, if 2,500 per year don't sound appealing, I wish you the best. But for the folks that are serious about this, they're like, wow, you know, I've always struggled with how to find paid speaking opportunities. The paid to speak calendar is right in front of you. It's right in front of you. I've gone back and forth with pricing on it. My investment was significant, and your investment would be far, far, far less. So what I'm hoping is that I can offer this to people at a price point where it is affordable, even for folks on a budget. And I'm probably looking at a $499 6-month investment by you. And what you have to ask yourself is, would one speaking gig pay for that? And the answer would be abso-freaking-lutely. Not absolute, abso-freaking-lutely. So once you're positioned the right way, and once you, going back to the ultimate speaker package, once you have your website demo video, speaker packet, once you know exactly what you're talking on, right? That's part of the speaking business coaching that I'll help you with. Knowing how to identify your target audiences, knowing what they need, how to form a topic that fits them. Folks, you're looking at preparation meets goldmine resource. And I'm pumped about it because I like working with people who are serious about it, who can then say, you know, Kevin, thank you. And I'm not looking for gratification. What I want to do, whether I'm speaking to an audience or I'm working with somebody one-on-one, what I want to do is offer them value that can help them achieve their goals. So it's there for you. And I want to show you one or two more. Here we go. Check this out. The California Trucking Association. Here's their contact person. Here's their event website. Here's their speaker profiles, who they booked before. I mean, check this out. I'll click on this one. for the speaker. And look, it tells you, hey, if you want to speak, keynote spots are open. Submit something before July 31st. Look at that. Woo! That's pretty awesome, guys. All right, we'll click on this one too. This is the American Occupational Therapy Association. For any of you into the healthcare industry, they're telling you that they have their 101st annual conference. Event contact, right? Speaker portal, previous agenda, previous speakers that they hired. Check this out. Look, this person, 30,000 to 50,000 is what their fees are. And they brought this person in last year. You're welcome. Check this out. Idaho Council on Domestic Violence and Victim Assistance. This is pretty niche. But if there's Idaho, there's probably insert your state, right? Program specialist, previous agenda, previous profile. Gosh, let's do maybe one more. Yeah, we already did that one. We already did that one. We already did that one. This is pretty cool, huh? National Association of Realtors is having a broker summit April 2021. Gives you the event website, gives you the contact information, previous agenda, and speaker profile. So look, the paid to speak calendar isn't just going to get you booked, right? You're still going to have to do legwork. This is what I'm doing. I'm priming my pump, but you're going to have the direct contacts to reach out to so that you don't have to waste hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of time hoping that it's the right person and probably not even hearing back from them. We'll make sure that you have that right info. So reach out to me if I can be of assistance for you, whether it is in guidance, whether it is in cheerleading, because that's sometimes what coaches do, whether it's in, I've got mentorship programs as well. So ball's in your court. I'm here to help. Enjoy the rest of your day. And let's help you get some speaking gigs on the calendar there. All right. So take care, reach out. All right.